reserves. The gentlewoman from Missouri is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield myself as much time as I may consume.
Gentlewoman is recognized.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to urge my colleagues to support H.R. 2140, the Preventing Child Marriage in Displaced Populations Act. And I thank the chairman, along with the ranking member, and all of my colleagues for supporting this piece of bipartisan legislation through Foreign Affairs. Humanitarian crises put women and girls at a much higher risk of violence and exploitation, including child marriage. 9 of the 10 countries with the highest rates of child marriage are fragile states, where weak institutions, high rates of violence, and stagnant economies make families more likely to resort to child marriage. One United Nations study found that child marriage rates were 4 times higher among displaced Syrian refugees than among Syrians before the crises. This indicates that displacement, instability, and poverty are driving child marriages. Important research conducted by UNICEF revealed that in 2018, more than 700 million women and girls worldwide were married before their 18th birthday. And of these, 250 million were married before their 15th birthday. Madam Speaker, these women are more likely to have experienced domestic violence and have worse educational, economic, and health prospects than their unmarried peers. United Nations agencies have acknowledged the dangers of child marriage and taken steps to address it. The UN Joint Program on Child Marriage builds the resilience of populations to indirectly prevent child marriage and generates data and evidence on the prevalence of child marriage in humanitarian and fragile settings. In Uganda, the UN Joint Program on Child Marriage helped 27,000 adolescent girls strengthen critical skills through school clubs and go-back-to-school campaigns, as well as life skills and financial literacy training as well. Last year, after the UN Joint Program on Child Marriage identified Yemen as one of its focus countries, 65,000 people, of whom 45,000 are adolescents, were reached with awareness-raising activities on the harms of child marriage. As a result, local council representatives, elders, and community leaders from 6 districts signed a pledge to support advocacy efforts to end child marriage. My legislation would direct the United States to lead UN efforts to adopt a definition of child marriage and craft a comprehensive strategy to address child marriages in UN-administered refugee settlements. This strategy would include protocols to prevent and monitor child marriages, programs to provide physical, mental, and emotional support for victims, programs offering alternatives for child marriage, and measures to ensure that adults who are participating in illegal child marriages are held accountable. Child marriage is a violation of human rights and a form of violence against women and children. I urge my colleagues to support the Prevent Child Marriage in Displaced Populations Act, and I reserve the balance of my time.